Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. It is Thursday, August 29th. I'm Michael Taylor. I hope you've been enjoying Bree Cox Kennedy hosting the program so far this week. She's been doing a great job. She has some great guests, but you know what? She saved me some pretty good ones for today too, so I'm going to get right to it. On today's show, we're going to welcome from Third, David Vieneman, the treasurer there. We're going to talk about update what's going on there, gutter cleaning, all sorts of services that are going on in the community, so he's got some great updates for us and their celebration of the 60th anniversary. And then Broadway Music Lovers Club folks are going to be here. They've got a great event coming up in next week, and they have a great event coming up in October they're going to talk to us about. I'm going to keep those things a secret on the wrap, so I'll have to stay tuned to find out what they're all about. Hey, on our Stay Informed, we've got some good stuff for you. September is dog month. Did you know that? We just got a new dog in the Taylor household, a new puppy in there, so we're really happy about that. We'll be celebrating dog month with everybody else. But if you'd like to come to the September Dog Club monthly meeting, it's going to be on Monday, September 9th from 7 to 8 p.m. in Clubhouse 3, and you're going to be learning about the emotional benefits of dog ownership. So get out there, celebrate dog month, and head out to that meeting and join the fun with all the other dog owners here in the community. Okay, let's take a look at our weather while we're at it, and it's going to be a nice couple of days. Then we're really going to start to warm up. We're going to heat wave coming in for next week, so we got to enjoy the 70s and 80s for the weekend, and then the temperatures start to climb, and it's going to be pretty warm by Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. I kind of peeked ahead. It's going to be warming up, so enjoy the nice temperatures. We got some clouds this morning, going to burn off to mostly sunny skies. That's going to be a pattern for the next little while here. Let's take a look at our sunrise and our sunset. And our sunrise this morning was 6:23. Our sunset tonight is going to be 7:19. And we want to thank Ben Givens for sending us this beautiful picture over at the Friendship Walk. He took this one for us. Thanks a lot, Ben. If you'd like to send us a picture from around and about Laguna Woods Village or anywhere you may be going, we'd love to see that picture. Go ahead and email it to us at lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Make sure you include your name, where you took the picture, and we will use it in our sunrise sunset segment. Okay, we got one meeting to tell you about. Then when we come back, we're going to talk about the Third and what's going on there.
Mickey Dolenz, the voice of the Monkees, whose hits include Last Train to Clarksville, I'm a Believer, Pleasant Valley Sunday, and more, will bring his evening of songs and stories to the pack. Having entertained audiences his entire life, Mickey will bring a one-of-a-kind presence to the stage, drawing on his background in television, film broadcasting, and Broadway. Friday, October 11th at 7:30 p.m. Call 949-597-4288 for more information.
There's something for everyone at the Festival of Arts in Laguna Beach. My favorite is the unique fine art jewelry and painting. Our little one always has so much fun at the art classes and junior art exhibit. And my husband just loves to buy art for our home from local artists. What a great way for us to enjoy summer together. There's so much to see and do here at the Festival of Arts in Laguna Beach.
Caring Senior Service provides a variety of care services to help seniors age in place. We cook, we clean, we listen, we help, we care. And that's why we create customized care plans to enable every senior to maintain their independence. To learn more about how we can help your family, contact us today.
Oh, life, how we admire you, are deeply fascinated by you. All your twists and turns and wild rides you take us on. The ups and the downs. Life, you live inside all of us, breathing, growing, beating. You are the reason we'll always provide world-class healthcare. Providence, we see the life in you.
The Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From a delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
And welcome back. We want to update what's going on in the Third Mutual, and to do that, we have Treasurer David Veneman joining us today. Thank you very much for being here.
Good morning. Thank you for inviting me.
So always lots going on over in the associations, and you guys have had the third round of review for the budget. Where are we at there?
Here's where we are. In this third round, we have pretty much nailed everything down for the budget, and now we're checking everything over, making sure that all of our numbers balance. And we've just about got it put to bed. We'll take a final look at it on September 19th, and then we'll take a vote.
Yeah, and I know the budgets have been pretty tough for the past few years because the inflation, the cost of labor, cost of everything has been kind of fluctuating a lot, right?
Yeah, we have been working really hard to keep the HOA dues increases down to 5%. And so far, we've managed to do it. In the next few years, we are probably going to have to put more money into our buildings because they're 60 years old.
Right.
So 2025 through 2030, we're probably going to be investing some more money in things that we just have to do. And it's probably going to be a little bit higher than 5% in the future, but we're going to keep it as low as we can and still give the residents what they need.
Now, some boards, they end up doing a special assessment for a repipe or something like that. So do you think you can avoid a special assessment or just a little bit more of an increase in the annuals?
You mean the S word?
The S word.
That's what we call it. No, we don't see any special assessments coming down the pike. And one of the reasons that we're probably going to bite the bullet and raise the HOA dues, not for 2025.
Right.
They're coming in at 5%, but for later is going to be so that we can avoid special assessments, because we've seen in the village over the years where if you get behind the 8 ball in keeping your buildings up, then all of a sudden you got to jack the dues way up, and we are not going to do that. We're planning about 5 years out at this point.
Right, and there's a fiduciary responsibility on your part to make sure those things are happening. And some HOAs, they kick the can down the road, and then everybody's hit with that and the big bang. So glad to know that you guys are staying on top of that.
You know, and the worst case of that was that sad accident in Miami a few years ago in Florida, where they let it go and they let it go, and they got to the point where they just did not have the money to do the repairs they needed. People died.
Yeah.
So we're trying to stay on top of that, and as you said, we are very aware that we are fiduciaries.
Absolutely. Keeping on top of it. No problems there. Traffic and parking rules update. So
okay, so here's what's going on. Sometimes whether you get a ticket depends on whether you live on this side of the street or this side of the street.
Okay.
Because this side of the street might be Third Mutual, this side of the street might be United. And within the mutuals set their own traffic regulations.
Okay.
So we're updating our traffic regulations as part of an overall effort throughout the village. Standardize them, and when somebody comes into the village, at least they know what the traffic rules are.
Yeah, it shouldn't be so much confusion, especially within a community, because people don't, in their minds have those boundary lines. Oh, it's okay over here, but it's not okay over here. And those
and then the one reminder that I have for everybody, when you invite somebody into the village, or when somebody comes in to do work for you, then you're responsible for them. And if you are an owner, if you're a member of the association, if somebody that you've had come in gets a ticket, you get the ticket. Now, most of the contractors that come in, security tells me that if they stop somebody to get a ticket, most of the contractors say, oh, can't we just handle it directly? I don't want my customer to know.
Right.
So they're pretty good. But just remember, when somebody comes in, remind them. You know, we're pretty strict about our traffic regulations over here. So yeah, keep it cool and take your time.
Keep it cool, take your time, just know the rules. That's always an important thing. Make sure you're reviewing those things. Gutters and downspouts, it's time to get those cleaned out. There's already a kind of a schedule up on the website, right?
There is, and we're taking a close look at gutters and downspouts, particularly with regard to people who live in areas with pine trees, because those things are the curse of gutters. And we're doing a pilot program where we're going to put in some larger gutters with some wider downspouts to help alleviate some of the clogging problems that we've got. And we're also looking at putting in gutter guards in some areas to keep those gutters from getting clogged up. So if you're interested in that, come to our next board meeting, and we have an open forum, and talk to us about it.
Okay. Now, would that be something that as you replace older ones, the new ones come in, or is it going to be maybe just an overhaul no matter if it needs replacement or not?
No, we're limiting it to where it needs replacement.
Okay.
Because, you know, although we're in good shape, cash is tight enough, and we have enough other projects that we have to do that we're prioritizing. We're kind of triaging who needs it.
Okay. Windows and window attachments, going to update some stuff there as well?
Yep. We've had in Third Mutual some rules that are different than in United Mutual. And so we are updating our rules and regulations with windows. We were pretty strict. We're now going back to the windows have to comply with building codes. And they'll still have to be filed, but it shouldn't be as arduous as a process as it's been.
Okay, so just kind of cleaning up that process as well. Now, there's also the standard of trying to do ones that are more environmentally friendly, keep the heat out. Are those the new standards, or is that even a higher standard than you're holding folks to?
That is not stated specifically in the standards. The only thing we're going to require people to do is do what's in the building codes.
Okay.
But I had my windows replaced last year, and getting the energy efficient windows, it was worth every single time. Our air conditioning costs have gone down by about 5%, even with the electricity increases.
Wow, terrific. And I know there's some rebates, government rebates on those too. So
oh yeah, that was nice to text.
That's a little bonus right there. You got some new business standards for artificial turf is one of them.
And the artificial turf is really, at this point, only going to affect gates 11 and 14. Because, as I talked about before, Sacramento sent us what's called AB 1572 last year, which basically gives us 5 years to switch turf in areas that we're watering with drinkable water, to switch those to more drought-resistant, less water-consuming sorts of ground cover.
Right.
And you know, a lot of people came to our town hall yesterday and wanted to know, are you going to tear out my front yard?
The bulldozer gets there tomorrow.
Yeah, I was tempted to say, well, while you're here, the crews are all ready. No, this is going to happen gradually. We're going to have town halls on this. We're going to be talking to people. But yeah, AB 1572 says we are going to have to change out some of our turf behind gates in 11 and 14. Okay. More to come on that one.
So what are some of the new revised standards on patios and balcony covers?
Okay. Patio and balcony covers, we're going a little bit easier. Okay. Again, it's We're going more toward, look, if it complies with building codes, if it doesn't cause an obvious problem, we're going to be easier to work with on that. But anybody who puts in a patio or balcony cover, needs to bear in mind that once one of those goes in, that the resident is responsible for it. I have a balcony enclosure on my unit and my manor, and yeah, I'm responsible for keeping that up, because sometimes people get surprised and they say, but it was there when I bought it.
Right.
And it's just like a house. When you buy it, you own it.
It's all yours.
Yeah.
And you guys are also transferring some of the operating surplus over into reserves?
Yeah. We had a good year last year, and we ended up with a nice operating surplus. And of course, when you're dealing with HOAs and budgets, one year's good, the next year's not so good. So what you try to do is you try to smooth things out a bit. So we transferred that operating surplus over to our short-term reserves. And then this year, if the budget comes up a little short, which it may, that money that we put in there covers that part of the budget, which helps us keep the HOA dues down. So indirectly, we're getting that surplus back to the participants.
There you go. It comes back. It'll be spent. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, eventually.
And you guys are excited about the celebration coming up, 60 years.
All right,
here,
this is the part that
I
really look forward to. And I got to tell you, these two slides. These are slides that Siobhan Foster, the CEO of EMS, presented to the board at our meeting last week. I want to pitch this event. It's coming up Monday, September 9th, 5 to 7:30 p.m., and it is basically a party.
Nice.
We're celebrating 60 years. Everybody's going to be over there. We're going to have the boards. We're going to have the History Center, the foundation. But we're also going to have music, a giveaway, and we're going to have food over there too. So it's big picnic, and everybody come on out. I'll be there. We don't have a dunk tank for people to throw balls at and put me in the water.
People can just throw things at you though, right?
There you go. It comes with the job. And everybody come on out.
All right. And coming up, our next guest is going to be Broadway Music Lovers Club, and you are their newest member.
I am the newest member of the Broadway Music Lovers Club. I was sitting with the two ladies out in the green room, and before you could even come get me, they had sold me a membership.
There's not a greater endorsement for that club. Broadway Music Lovers Club, we're up next. David Wieneman, thank you for joining us today.
Absolutely, really enjoyed it.
You're watching This Day. We'll be right back.
I heard that ugly 6-letter word, cancer, and I immediately felt lost.
Our team of women's cancer specialists helped thousands of women like Naomi navigate and beat cancer.
I didn't want to be treated like a cancer patient, but like a human.
Our advanced imaging, targeted radiation, and minimally invasive surgeries offer positive outcomes that are beating national cancer survival rates.
I've reclaimed the most beautiful 4-letter word, life, because I had City of Hope on my side.
Dr. Farhumand and her associates at Brilliant Smile are excited to announce we now feature cone beam computed tomography. CBCT scans have many benefits over traditional X-rays. They are fast, safe, non-invasive, and provide better care to our patients. The 3D images provide an accurate view of teeth, bones, and soft tissue. It allows us to diagnose and treat more effectively. Also, it features modern diagnosing of sleep apnea by checking the airways and obstructions. Get started today. Call Brilliant Smile, Laguna Woods Village favorite dentist.
welcome back to the program. Broadway Music Lovers Club is here. They need no introduction, but I'm going to give them one anyway. I want to welcome Alyssa Kaplan-Center and Kate Barkley to the program. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks for having us.
So you guys have, you're recruiting people in our green room.
Yes, we did.
Does everybody get as enthusiastic as you do when you talk about this with folks?
I think it's because we're wearing our Broadway he actually asked, he goes, oh, where'd you get the shirts? Can I buy one? I said, no, we don't sell them, but you know, it might not be a bad idea for fundraising.
Yeah. I think you guys need some swag. You guys
Definitely
need swag. So when you go to your trips and you go to your shows, everybody's wearing the same kind of thing.
Well, that's one of the things.
If you want to write some of these notes down, go ahead. I'm on good ideas.
We are going to have some trips coming up, actually.
Right, I know. You got the September 3rd. Tell us a little bit about that one.
Or, September 3rd. No, September 3rd, we're bringing in someone who, Kevin Larkin, who worked with Hal Prince for 10 years. Some people know who Hal Prince is, some people don't. So he produced and directed most of the large musicals in the 60s, 70s, 80s, like one or two in the 90s. So, you know, that's what's so exciting. We get some background about it, and he's going to dish a little.
Behind the scene kind of stories that you wouldn't get otherwise, right?
Because it takes a lot to produce a Broadway show. You know, the concept, the fundraising, sometimes it takes 10, 15 years to develop a project.
And where the ideas come from and how they switched over and how we got to here and there.
Right, and then you've got 6 writers sitting around a table and then they disagree and the whole show falls apart for 2 years.
Or somebody wants to do the show, like for instance, Julie Andrews wanted to do one of the shows, and but she had another show coming up, and he was like, I can't wait for you. You know, I want you, but I can't wait for you. And so he got somebody else to do it. Well, that changes the whole makeup of the show.
Right. And how it's promoted and how you're, and the songs you can write for said performer.
Yes,
in
certain voices.
Changing keys, for sure.
Yeah, it's amazing. And you also have, I want to make sure we get to this, we also have the October 1st event coming up that's going to be in the Dining Room 1.
Yes. It's going to be, the theme is Come Dressed as a scary character from one of the many Broadway shows that we actually listed in our flyer, but you can come as anything that you want. And we'll have music playing in the background, and it's going to be like a potluck dessert, so bring desserts and we'll provide, you know, water and coffee and plates, and we're just going to have some fun.
A lot of Sweeney Todds and
Phantom
of the Operas.
Let's
and
not
like
tell him what we're coming dressed as.
The Addams Family.
Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
Well, there are so many. I mean, if you go through the list of all the things over the years in Broadway plays, and maybe even some obscure ones might be out there too.
Well,
right?
somebody listed Cats, and I'm like, Cats is scary? And then they were like, yeah, that last cat dies and goes up to the other side. I was like, oh, okay, if you want to do the makeup.
And I also think like our running theme for our club is to have fun. It's social, it's educational. People are going to learn a lot at this September meeting about things that they just don't know. And really what's preemptive is that this meeting is sort of opening up the opportunity of this wonderful cruise that we're going to have in August of 25.
Okay.
It's going to leave out of Seattle. We're going to go to Alaska for 7 nights, and it's going to be connected with Seth Rudetsky's Broadway cruise. He's a very famous Broadway musician, and what he does is he brings Broadway performers on who might not be in a show presently, or maybe they're taking their 1 week vacation.
Sure.
And they're going to teach classes and lessons, and there'll be shows day and night, but you'll also have an opportunity to get off the ship if you've never been to Alaska.
Right.
And you want to see, what's there, catch a can, whatever, but you can come back. And we're really excited because we have a lot of people that have already given their deposits.
Really? You're already getting deposits?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
The deadline for deposits is October 1st.
Okay.
So we're really going to talk it up in September.
Okay, great.
And we have our travel agent who's a sponsor, and he, Mark McCready, and he has been taking the lists and sending the emails.
Checking them twice?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not that. That's more of a Christmas theme. So when you talk to the folks like you out there and the Broadway music, what is it about Broadway musicals that really gets people just so excited? I think more so than just a regular maybe play or maybe even a concert. Is it the storytelling within the musical?
I think for Broadway, for the musicals, and this is something we talked about with the Golden Age, the musicals nowadays, you break into song because your emotion is so much you just can't contain it. And so it touches somewhere sort of inside everybody, and they're able to really experience everything that's going on.
Right. And many of us also, we live in this fantasy world sometimes of things that we want to do and we want to be.
Sure.
And when you go to a Broadway show, that excitement when you're, 400 people are standing in line on Broadway, and you just came from dinner, or you're going to go to dinner, and you're seeing the show for 2.5 hours, and you don't really know what you're going to experience. But once you're there, like we went to see Suffs, which is this fabulous suffragette show. It was written, produced, directed, and starred by this fabulous woman. And we didn't really know what to expect, and we get in there, and there are people hubbing and talking and laughing, and then all of a sudden the show started, and you hear people huffing and puffing. It just brings something out in everybody.
It touches that place in your heart, and you go, yeah, everything is possible.
Yeah. I'll admit, when I was younger, immature, I thought, come on, musicals and that kind of thing. And then I saw a lot. I saw some Color Purple, and I saw a lot of other shows. And I was like, okay, I'm getting this now. As I got mature and older, and I got into the experience. And I think it's a different experience for everybody. Like, it touches you different than it touches you in terms of a musical.
Absolutely.
Well, I know as a singer, as a musician, that when I'm talking or I'm writing a song or I touch the keys and I start to sing, it kind of creates a tingle in my body.
Yeah, and there are notes in music that kind of rumble inside you. You really resonate with it, and that's one of the exciting things.
And when we had our sing-along last month, we tackled 5 Broadway shows. We did close to 20 songs, and so many people knew the music, but those that didn't tried.
Yeah.
And they had, so it's just an engaging experience.
Yeah, and you don't have to audition for it. We're all doing it.
We're all doing it, right. No, everybody's welcome, and I want to tell people everybody's welcome to the Tuesday, September 3rd event that you guys have going on, Broadway Music Lovers Club. It's going to be at Clubhouse 3 in the Performing Arts Center, Dining Room 1. Thank you both for joining us today. Really appreciate you guys coming in. Tomorrow on the program, we're going to close it from here, folks. Tomorrow on the program, we have John Pizzarelli. He is a great guitarist and musician over at the Irvine Barclay, and Bree's going to be talking to him, as well as Sports Corner, so stay tuned for that. That's going to do it for this edition of This Day. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.
Today's retirement is different. It's time to write new chapters in our life stories. To hit the open road in search of new horizons and fresh faces. Grand adventures or simple pleasures. It's not the final chapter in the book of life, but rather a new beginning, a second act.